I thought I'd do a very quick video blog. I've just received an email asking me to support an organisation that is trying to get rid of slavery in mining, which is very noble. I mean, it's a brilliant idea. And it's asked me to do two things. One is to support the DDI, make your jeweler a friend of the DDI. And the other is to support a list of 25 companies, all which are US based, who call themselves fair trade. And these companies don't use child slaves and slavery in their manufacturing. And I'm not going to name the companies, etc., because what I don't want to do is to denigrate the work that they are doing. However, what I do want to highlight is how careful we need to be in our language, because we do know the ILO is now talking that there are over 1 million children in mining that are also in slavery now, and they're also talking about a number that is growing, which is incredibly concerning. Becoming a friend of the DDI, which I am, doesn't actually mean anything. I'm a jeweler. I'm a friend of the DDI. I'm actually an advisor to the DDI. It is a fantastic charity. What the DDI hasn't done yet, and I appreciate it's incredibly difficult to do, is deliver any product to market that creates sustainable wealth creation for artisanal diamond miners on the ground. Huge challenge. I'm not questioning that. I know that work is incredibly difficult. But just becoming a friend of a charity doesn't mean we are ending slavery in a supply chain. Until we get traceability in that supply chain, how can we know what we're ending or not anything else? The other issue here is these 25 American companies. They are brilliant companies. Some of the jewelry is actually very nice. But their supply chain begins and ends with the manufacturing. All of their communication is based around, we manufacture X in this environment where women and children aren't being exploited, etc., etc. And again, this is not to denigrate that work, because that's actually how I as a jeweler started. That's where I began, trying to get community trade partners on the ground. But it very quickly materialized that those community trade partners have a supply chain which feeds their incredibly holistic manufacturing. That silver, that copper, that bead, that gold, where is that coming from? And this is what we have to be so careful about. Language leads us down particular avenues, which leaves us with impressions that things are happening which might not be happening. So if we want to end slavery and child slavery and the worst forms of child slavery in the jewellery supply chain, unless you know the mine from which the metal or the stone comes from, nobody can guarantee you that there has not been a child in some form of slavery in that supply chain. We must stop pretending that we know what's going on if we do not have full transparency and full traceability. Can we please, please, please start addressing material, verifiable supply chains, so that in the end, Anti-Slavery International and all these other fantastic slavery organizations that are desperately wanting to eradicate it actually can get down to the nitty-gritty of sorting out what's coming from the mine hole in the ground into the 10, 20, 30, 45,000 pound diamond engagement ring. Let's end slavery. It is an appalling practice. Let's make every item of jewellery in the world a slave-free piece of jewellery. But the only way we're going to do that is by NGOs cooperating with organisations like Fair Trade International to deliver verifiable, certifiable supply chain transparency.